YouTube, I'm so sorry. I say this every single time, but I've been MIA because I've been working. And I know I say that every time, but it's true. Anyways, the topic of the day is to talk about exes, why they're so shamed upon in our lesbian community, why people refuse to be friends with them or have relationships with them, my personal experiences, and everything in between. You guys know how my content goes. So first, I want to tackle lesbian relationships. I want to kind of define them. I also want to kind of tackle why they might get to the point that they get to, and kind of the science about lesbian relationships. If you guys don't know who I am, what I've been through, I've just gotten beat down by a lot of these women, and not physically, thank God, emotionally for sure. And with the load of experiences I've had and the people I talk to, the people I know, the common occurrences within these interviews that I post.
My ex only lives 20 minutes away. I live with my baby mama, but we're not together anymore.
Yeah, a lot of repeats. Anything with an ex-girlfriend. If she got a kid.
If they have an ex-girlfriend, red flag.
All everybody's saying.
You have an ex-girlfriend?
Who doesn't have an ex-girlfriend?
Actually, I don't. They're dead.
You say they're dead? Really?
To me.
It's very clear that we have problems with our exes. But let's break down why. Lesbian relationships are extremely complicated, extremely intertwined with feelings, emotions, and take relationships to a different level because of the emotions being doubled. And for one, people don't take that into account, but also people really rush things. They get caught up easily. They let physical things get in the way, romantic things get in the way. And one underlying problem that a lot of us ignore is that a lot of us have traumatic pasts. A lot of us have been through a lot of stuff to be out and open, to be a woman in this world, to be open and accepting of ourselves because of how society tells us not to. For those who actually overcome those things in a healthy way by going to therapy, personal reflection, all those healthy ways of coping with things, which is very rare. It's like this little box in the corner where the women hide and actually do these things, because a lot of us will say this. You don't have to say who you are, or what you do, or what you represent if you really are that way. That's just one thing that I have to say. I talk about this all the time, but you guys don't hear me when I say it gets very, very intense. Domestic abuse, we know, is very common. How we treat each other, hitting on each other, certain things, is not okay. None of it's okay. I'm not endorsing any of it. And then, of course, when you take into account that sex can be very powerful, it is an exchange physically between two people, and it can get extremely good. It can make women who haven't really experienced good sex, get attached. It can make a lot of people act different because of it. And we know how straight people can be, but when gay women are like this, so I sadly understand why everything gets so dramatic and emotional and intense. But my thing is, a lot of us say we don't want our exes around, we can't trust people with exes, we don't even want our exes alive. Sadly, a lot of women are unable to get over women because of those feelings. They are unable to let go of the attachment, the codependency issues, will have to get restraining orders, have to do the most to let women know, I'm not doing this, and the way that you are behaving is not okay. All of it is ridiculous, and you would think that, yes, you're a woman, you wouldn't act as crazy as a man would, and sometimes it's worse, and it's sad, and it's scary. I really feel like we could all move in a very mature direction if we just act like adults, but we don't. We let emotions and sex get the best of us, and then we don't process because of our past, like I talked about, and then we end up hurting other people along the way and acting in inappropriate ways, trying to do the most to get the person to love you again, to come back to you, to test to see if you are still attracted to them or will still fall into their trap of keeping you around, because we have not taken time to build that so strongly that a lot of us cave back to the thing that we were used to, or cave back to what we think is love. And it really scares me, honestly, because a lot of us are so codependent. We are so caught up in people, and it's just clear that a lot of us do not take the time to find ourselves. Just get into who you are and stop letting the pussy drive you crazy. And trust me, I know I've been this person, but being this person now where I don't let that control me, I will not let this take over to the point where I'll just do anything just to get that. Just because you're pretty, just because you have X, Y, and Z. Nah, I need the entire full package, and I need to be respected. I need to feel like you actually give a shit. I need to know that you care about me as a person, and we damn near don't take enough time for each other to get that to happen. A lot of us get caught up with her, and that's why I say take your time, because honestly, it's not worth the hype. It is not worth a lot of us having people crazy over us. It is not worth hitting another woman. It is not worth traumatizing the next person because you have not been able to get over that last person or the experiences you've been through or your old version of yourself. And that's why dating is changing nowadays, because a lot of people realize this. I will not find what I need or who I want if I don't even know what I want in the first place, and I haven't taken the time to do that because I'm scared of myself, my alone time, and I am too afraid to admit that. And a lot of us don't really understand the magnitude of that, because that sets the tone for a successful relationship. And a lot of us say this, but we don't practice it. I used to say this shit all day long, like, I'm good. And then I'd have somebody in my DMs, or I'd be going over here fucking somebody. Like, it's just crazy. It could just be the basic shit that women just don't even have in their lives, and they think that you're the one for them. And it's like, I haven't even touched the surface. I say all this to say it is extremely, extremely important to understand that when you take that time for yourself and you're actually committed to who you are, what you like, what you want, and not settling, you're not doing, little things for people who don't deserve it, and you find out the things within you that you actually know are worth value and need to be treated at the level that you set. That right there will allow you to move in a place that is safe, will save you from all the destruction and craziness and, going back to somebody who has not treated you well just because, the sex might be good or they showed me what love was. I guarantee you, a lot of you who say that and go back to the same person are not experiencing real, good, genuine love, because at the end of the day, if it was, it wouldn't have to be repeated. It wouldn't have to be tested. It wouldn't have to be, I'm not sure, I have to keep giving them second, third, fourth, fifth chances. Stop making excuses for people who treat you like shit. Stop going back to people so that we, lesbians out here who are not toxic, who don't go back to ISIS, don't have that stereotype placed on us. Stop making us look bad. Stop making women out here have trust issues. We hype up lesbianism to a point where it is not healthy. Honestly, it is not all about relationships. It is not all about just women being sexually involved with one another. It's giving me L word. And shows like that give us the real raw examples of what can happen and how bad it can get. The biggest picture of all this is that our intuition will tell you. You guys know in your gut when something isn't right. The university experiences that you went through taught you that because of this, it is not okay. And it won't tell you through thought sometimes, it'll tell you physically. I used to get physically sick by just mistreating my intuition. I'd be like, just shut up. Like, let's just go have some fun. But that's what fucks everybody over. All of that stunts your growth. It keeps your mindset in a place of settling. It keeps your mindset in a place of stuck. It keeps your mindset in a place where you cannot expand. I can really only count on my hand less than 5 with the amount of couples I know that are actually good, genuine lesbian couples. And all the time, my friends joke about the fact that I will be single forever. And honestly, I have accepted that reality. If that is the case, that's fine. I care about my peace the most. And it's just like, as soon as we all take the time, get ourselves together, make sure that we are all good individuals, our relationships will actually mesh. And therefore, we show up as people that we know we are. So if I say, this is who I am, X, Y, and Z, and I present that to you, and you say the same, and it doesn't work, you can easily move on with your life. And that's exactly how I view dating, and I feel like everybody should view it, because a lot of us feel, I'm attracted to you, you're attracted to me, this is it. No, that is baseline surface. I know my worth. I know what I stand for, and I set my boundaries here. If you cannot agree to those terms, if you cannot accept that about myself, and if you feel like this is a personal attack on you because I set my boundaries, it's a reflection of you and your personal shit you gotta work through. Stop moving from girl to girl. Relax. See moments and dating for what it is. I am experiencing this moment with you. If it doesn't last, it's okay. And when you move in a new direction with somebody and you know what you want, be clear about that. Be intentional with that. Say it to their face as if you are signing a contract with somebody. Make it known that this is what I accept, this is what I do not accept, and this is what I want. Can you handle these terms? Sign here. But be real. If you are a shitty person and you put out into the world that you're a shitty, thank you. Thank you for showing me your true colors now so I don't have to figure it out later. There is no judgment that you can't get over your shit or you have gone through a lot of trauma and you still haven't processed that yet. That is your journey. That's where you are at, and that is okay. But for someone who isn't there, it's not gonna work. Don't take it personal. Guys, detachment is extremely important nowadays, and learning and mastering that in a healthy way. If it doesn't work and you're not feeling it, you don't just ghost and go away because you're scared of showing that sorry that you can't do this anymore. It's okay to say to somebody, I don't think this is gonna work. And when you have somebody who is actually your ex and you've been through a whole relationship and they're treating you wrongly or you treated them wrong, first, take a lot of space. Process what you're feeling. Cry it out. Be emotional. Sit with it. Be uncomfortable as hell for a while until you start to let go of these emotions before you just talk to them and go back to them, have fuck them, whatever. And I want all of us to set a whole new standard for our community, to start showing people that, like, nah, we as lesbians respect each other. Figure it out. We are adults. We are grown. I'm tired of it. A lot of us are tired of it. And I speak on behalf of a lot of us. Stop passing on trauma. Stop dragging people and leading people on when it's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's truly not, yo. I know it's tempting. I know it's tempting. And before I end this, stop running to substance abuse to get over your shit. Stop trying to drown out the thoughts. Stop trying to run away from what you're feeling. I'm sorry that you're going through a lot. I've been through a lot. I've cried a lot. I cry all the time. But I'm not ashamed of that. I'm not ashamed to go to people and ask for help. I know you guys feel me on this. Please share your experiences below because I know all of us can relate. I love you guys. Stay real. Stay true. Your big gay sis. Peace.